Welcome to the iconic Love Park, and we're here to announce another iconic event in the city of Philadelphia, the 35th anniversary of the Blue Cross Broad Street Run on Sunday, May 4th. In case you didn't know, it's the largest 10-miler in the country. We have over 40,000 runners at the event, and it's grown over the years because of our partnerships. And that's what we're going to talk a lot about today. Our main partner is our title sponsor, Independence Blue Cross, so I want to thank them since 1998 for being our title sponsor. They've helped us grow this race from a 5,000 runner race to a 40,000 runner race, so we thank them for being here today. I'd also like to acknowledge our race director, Jim Marino. Jim, if you would, on the other side. Coincidentally, Jim became the race director in 1998 with 5,000 runners, so he's helped grow the event to the success that it is today. I'd also like to acknowledge the administrative director of the race. That's Peggy Yastrzemski, my assistant. She's the real race director. And all the men and women of the Department of Parks and Recreation who helped make this event a success. So first of all, I'd like to thank our returning partners. As I mentioned, the title sponsor of the title sponsor of the run, the Independence Blue Cross, Gatorade, Family Auto Group, Dunkin' Donuts, Interstate General Media, Modell Sporting Goods, 6ABC, and SEPTA. But before I introduce the Deputy Mayor DeBerardinis and Mayor Nutter, I'd like to announce a few new exciting things about the run. The Blue Cross Broad Street Run Health and Wellness Expo this year will be presented by Einstein Healthcare Network, and we have changed the location of the expo. It's going to be now at the Pennsylvania Convention Center on Friday, May 2nd, and Saturday, May 3rd. So that's a big step from us. We were down at the Eagles Lincoln Financial Field, and we outgrew that space, and now we're at the Convention Center. It's open to the public and free, and there will be tons of health and fitness vendors and retailers, including Blue Cross Broad Street Run on-site shop powered by Modell's. And a portion of those proceeds will benefit the Department of Parks and Recreation after-school programs. We've also amped up the action at the Navy Yard, which is the finish line of the race. We're introducing a taste of the Broad Street Run, featuring Philly's own award-winning chef Mark Vetri and his Alice Bina restaurant, along with ballpark favorites from Aramark. Our friends from the Phillies and the Sixers will be there to give out prizes. There will be tons of action for the kids, including face painting, inflatables, balloon artists, and more. So bring the family to cheer on our 4,000 runners at the finish line at the Navy Yard on Sunday, May 4th. Finally, we have partnered with the Philadelphia Phillies. You notice the guy on our right here, the green person. Besides being at the Expo and the Navy Yard, the Phillies have a special Blue Cross Broad Street Run ticket package for their weekend series against the Washington Nationals, including a 3:05 p.m. game on race day. You can go to phillies.com/Broad Street Run for more info. And now I'd like to introduce my boss, the Deputy Mayor for Environmental Community Resources, Michael DeBerardinis.
It's really great to be here to shine some light on the race and the great partnerships that have evolved over these many decades during the life of the Broad Street Run. I was Recreation Commissioner in the 90s when we linked up with Independence Blue Cross, and that's really transformed the race into something very special. And the great work that Jim and Peggy do every year, and Susan leading, First Deputy Commissioner Susan Slauson leading the program division along with Leo, these partnerships with this department have really turned this race into something very special. And this year we welcome CBS Radio to the partnership. And they've helped us extend our advertising packages out to many new businesses, and some of those proceeds from those packages will come back to the department to fund our health and wellness initiatives throughout the neighborhoods of the city. One of our big missions is to work with young people to help them build and act in healthy lifestyles, healthy choices, get them connected to the outdoors. And this race this year will not only sort of bring this wonderful activity to the city, but will help us with our programs, and we're really, really happy about that partnership. Also this year, in our effort to be America's most greenest sustainable city, we are moving in with the Mayor's Office of Sustainability. We are moving towards a set of sustainability features to the race that are brand new. We are moving people around, as many people around the race with SEPTA, and we have a special relationship with SEPTA to take the runners up and down and spectators up and down Broad Street and to eliminate as many cars as possible. We have virtual gift bags, which will eliminate a lot of the paper and cloth products that would usually go along with that, and most of that will be done online. And we will have a really high-end, very sophisticated recycling program that goes along with the race. So we not only want to have the best race in America, we want the greenest race in America. And every year we have great support from our mayor, who is just a great supporter of the department and really a guy who cares about the Broad Street Run and gives us all the room we need to make this and continue it to be one of the best races in the country. So please join me in welcoming our mayor, Mayor Michael Nutter.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. Fanatic, just calm yourself down. Let's give it up for the Phillies for last night's game. 7-0. Gotta love that. Mike DeBerardinis, thank you and all of your team, Sue Slauson and Leo Dignam, and certainly Jim Marino, our Broad Street, Blue Cross Broad Street Run race director. I want to thank Mark Rayfield. I know Mark couldn't be here, but our great leader over at CBS Radio, and Michael Steinberg, who is a senior executive at CBS Radio. Dan Hilferty and the entire Blue Crew that are tremendously helpful in this event and your sponsorship. Dan, thank you so very much. Let me start my remarks today with a big shout out and congratulations to Mayor Marty Walsh in Boston. Yesterday, of course, was the Boston Marathon. And we're very proud and very excited for what Mayor Walsh and his team did. And certainly I'm appreciative that our own Delaware Valley Intelligence Center was plugged into the security operation for Boston. I commend Philly PD and all of our folks down here providing support and assistance. We, of course, our hearts are still torn by the events of last year. You may recall our race was about 2 weeks later, and we showed a whole lot of love and support for the folks up in Boston. But yesterday was apparently flawless, and we appreciate everyone who was involved, and especially all of our partners in law enforcement. This is the 35th annual Blue Cross Broad Street Run. 35 years of one of the greatest races in the United States of America. The Blue Cross Broad Street Run is the largest 10-miler in the nation, hosting about 40,000 runners this year. Certainly, in my opinion, the Broad Street Run is also one of the most scenic, most exciting races in the United States of America, taking runners literally through the city of neighborhoods, the city of Philadelphia, North Philly, Fairmount, South Philly, and of course past incredible landmarks like Temple University, City Hall, and down into the stadium area. As the speakers before me have already mentioned, we're certainly proud of our support that we get and the sponsorship relationship with CBS Radio, in addition, of course, to our ongoing partnership with the Blue Crew, Independence, Blue Cross. This partnership will provide additional coverage and viewing opportunities for this great race for those who might not be able to make it down to the race that day. But my recollection is there are always a whole lot of folks along the race route, and we encourage folks to come out and certainly enjoy what these runners are doing. Through its efforts to solicit sponsorship for the Broad Street Run, CBS Radio will donate proceeds to the Philadelphia Parks and Recreation Department's new Health and Wellness Initiative. The Health and Wellness Initiative focuses on healthy lifestyles for our children in our parks and recreation after-school and day camp programs, and they will offer exercise components at every one of those sites. The motto for this new initiative is keep our kids moving and healthy. And I can't think of a better goal for our children other than, of course, a great education here in Philadelphia. Philadelphia Parks and Recreation is also striving to make the Broad Street Run one of the most sustainable events, as Mike D. mentioned, and we've added a few new features. Online registration, trying to cut down on the amount of paper that's used. Partnership with SEPTA for free rides for our runners. Now, you can't ride SEPTA during the race. We'd actually want you to race. You can't take the bus or the subway and then get down to the South Philly area. But getting to the race, free rides for the runners. And we're recycling plastic water bottles and other items along the length of the course. And with that in mind, Sarah Wu is here from the Office of Sustainability. Sarah, thank you so very much. And she's standing next to our great Chief Service Officer, Katie Wolfgang, in the Office of Volunteer and Civic Engagement, helping us with this effort. I want to give a big shout out. These bins over here, you see them periodically from time to time, but they come courtesy of SCA. And these are special recycling bins, I think actually debuted at last year's race. And this is all a part of our, in coordination with the Philadelphia Marathon, the Broad Street Run is implementing now the Waste Watchers program in collaboration with our Mayor's Office of Sustainability. Our volunteers will assist in separating trash and recyclables and then using a composting process. And now both of Philadelphia's great races, the Broad Street Run and the Philadelphia Marathon, are on their way to being some of the greenest races in the nation, as we, of course, achieve our goal of being the greenest city in America. In order for Waste Watchers to be successful in the Broad Street Run, we need 500 volunteers along the courseway. And so we want to encourage folks to volunteer. Certainly contact Katie's office or Sarah's office or the mayor's office or the recreation department, but we want to encourage as much volunteer participation as possible. If you know someone who's interested in volunteering, you can register through the Broad Street Run website or volunteer page or through servephilly.com, the city's website for volunteer service and civic engagement. Don't miss the Broad Street Run Expo at the Pennsylvania Convention Center, on Friday, May 2nd and Saturday, May 3rd. Check out the festival at the finish line at the Navy Yard on race day, featuring the taste of the Broad Street Run with our own Mark Vetri. Let's have a great and safe Broad Street Run. You can only do that in Philadelphia. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mayor. Next, I'd like to introduce the senior representative from CBS Radio, our new partner with the Blue Cross Broad Street Run, Mr. Michael Steinberg.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of CBS Radio, we are extremely proud to partner with the Department of Parks and Recreation for this year's and many years to come for the Blue Cross Broad Street Run. It's such an iconic event in this city. It certainly tops the list of all the wonderful events that we have here in Philadelphia, and we're very proud to be a partner. 40,000 runners, a lottery system, 100,000 spectators on race day. What a wonderful honor and privilege it is for CBS Radio to be a part of it. And we look forward to helping the Blue Cross Broad Street Run grow. And we wanted to grow beyond Broad Street. You know, it's amazing what the Department of Parks and Recreation have done so far, and Deputy Mayor and his staff. It's an unbelievable event, what they've been able to do for the last 35 years. And we need to recognize that they also have this other job that they have to do, and that's managing and running one of, if not the largest park system in the country and largest recreation system in the country. Oh, and by the way, there's this 40,000 runner, 100,000 spectator event that they happen to do part-time as well. So it's an amazing accomplishment, and the Department of Parks and Recreation deserves an unbelievable round of applause for what they do. And we're especially happy to help them kick off the new health and wellness initiative as part of the rec center's after-school programs. It's going to be an unbelievable program, as the mayor said, to keep our kids moving and to keep our kids healthy. And there's several corporate partners that have helped to make that possible. First and foremost, we'd like to thank Einstein Healthcare Network and Moss Rehab, Teva Pharmaceuticals, Acme Markets, Modell Sporting Goods, Dow, and many other partners that can be found online. And with that said, it's time to kick off the 2014 Blue Cross Broad Street Run season. Let's have a great race, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, and thanks everybody for coming today. I just wanted to make one comment. Out of all the folks standing up here today at the press conference, there's only one that actually has run the 10 miles of the Broad Street Run. I'd like her to take a bow. First Deputy Commissioner Susan Slauson. Thank you. With that, thanks everybody. Have a good run.